Peter.
How you doing, man?
Oh man, how are you doing? How is life over there?
It's great. It's sunny, beautiful morning.
Mm-hmm.
Can't complain.
Yeah, but
How are you doing?
yo, we're right, man. The weather's a bit weird at the moment. It's really just like this. Temperature changes. You know, it's sunny, then it's raining, and then it's kind of cold. It's yeah. Just about 2 hours ago, I was wearing like my jacket because it definitely wasn't that warm. But yeah, man.
You're in the capital, right? Belgium?
Yeah, Brussels. Yeah. What's up with you, man? How is your Sunday going? What you up to on a Sunday, actually?
I'm actually just relaxing at home. I have my breakfast, my coffee, so I'm ready to go. Probably get into some music later on. But
Nice.
working and see, pretty much that's about it.
I see, brother. I see. Plus, I see you. I see you be pushing some ways, brother, because you're about to be in shape.
Oh, I try. I don't try. I did it much more when I was younger. Before I got married. Once you get married, it's like you're off the market. That's it. You're done.
Yeah. I know.
I just go to the gym just to keep up with the younger guys.
Yo, that's the way to go, man. That's the way to go, brother. That's the way to go.
No, you get into a scuffle. You never know. You got to be prepared.
Especially in Costa Rica, man. You never know, man. Them brothers be hot-blooded.
There's a lot of them around here. It's a beautiful country, but there's a big gap between people with money and people with no money. There's like really no middle. It's not a third world country, but there's a lot of lower income people here, unfortunately, because this country is based on tourism. If there's no tourism, it's just but we have to keep our eyes out, but it's a beautiful country. People are great. Love it here.
I saw the pictures, man. I'm definitely looking great and
you guys got to come out here. I sent a told Sifa if he wants to come out. I extend an invitation to you if you ever want to come out here. And
yo, you know what? That's a great idea because, as a matter of fact, we're working on possible opportunities for the South America. So nothing is set in stone, but most definitely, man, there's something we got to do, like an offering recordings reunion, and just spread the message.
I'm actually going to try to start a party here. I spoke to this hotel owner. He does a lot of parties here.
Okay.
And so we're going to see. I'm going to try to start something off.
Cool, man. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I see. Last time I remember we had a chat on Skype prior to the release of Merecumbe, and you were mentioning that you're getting your hands in the scene out there, and
yeah, I've done quite a few of private parties. And music got bought is totally different than what they're used to. They like listening to a little bit more harder, trancey, techno-ish stuff.
Yeah.
Spanish music, salsa, percussion. So they enjoy the percussion, the Latin vibes, the Afro vibes. They really get into it.
You see, that's interesting what you're saying because I've noticed that in most countries that are not necessarily electronic music inclined, the tendency for club owners or just pretty much venue owners is to their perspective on what Western music needs to sound like is mostly hardcore techno or trance or what they call now EDM. It's very, very sad, and when you actually get the opportunity to play the real deal, you see a totally different reaction and a real shift in how they receive the energy.
Exactly. They've never experienced this music, and I've told a lot of people, like, I actually helped his mother who asked me to help her son get equipment, and he's only used to hearing that hard stuff. And I told her, when he experiences something new, he might shift away from that because this is something he's Spanish, so it's in him. It's percussion, it's Afro, it's Latin, it's in him. It's in his blood. He just never experienced it. So that's what I'm bringing. I want to open up to a wider audience here and see, hopefully it happens.
Plus, I see you got your Oz going on. You got your Keith Haring behind you. You got your Buddha.
We bought a house here in Costa Rica, and it's a Bali-esque house. If you saw the pictures in the front, it's a really beautiful house. It's Bali, off the grid. It has the sun stuff on the top to get the sun.
Oh, fantastic, brother! So you locked in paradise, literally.
Yeah, yeah, and we're about, I'd say about 10 minutes from the beach. You could actually hear the beach, the waves from where we are, and I live. We have to drive there, but you could hear it from where we are.
Oh, fantastic, brother,
And I,
fantastic.
but I,
Well,
you know what it is? It's funny. We came when we got here. We went to the beach almost every day. Now
mhm.
that we've been here almost 2 years, we haven't gone to the beach for like 2 months. After a while,
Isn't it funny? Yeah, I hear a lot of people tell me about it. It's like, yo, man, when you live next to the sea, at first you get excited and it's great, but you just don't necessarily always think or even make the time eventually for it.
yeah.
It's interesting. It's the contrast.
But at least we have. If we ever want to go, we just hop in the car. And that's it.
Boom. Here you go. Oh man, you got me excited. You got me excited. So I'm crossing fingers. If it's not this year, most likely next year, God willing. We're gonna make our ways. Make our ways to you for sure.
The deep house is coming into other countries like Colombia is getting into it. They
Easy.
started out with the techno trance, and now there's more people playing deep house. Little Louis Vega just went to Colombia just this
Yeah,
past day.
yesterday or 2 days ago. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So
yeah,
yeah,
so it's getting there. Argentina, I spoke to a couple of producers. He said still techno and trancey, but the deep house is getting introduced, and now the more Afro stuff is getting introduced with the deep house. So they just need to open. I mean, these are low Latin countries. Love
yeah.
percussion, salsa, cumbia, merengue. It's all percussion based. They'll get into it. They've never been exposed to it.
It's only a matter of time
Yep,
and
exactly.
perseverance.
Especially Brazil has a little, a lot of DJs go there too to play deep house and stuff.
Yes, yes, yes. Very true, very true. And because it's such a big country, I know there's like different areas that are more into like the soulful stuff, but
Right.
it's obviously a different scene that we are not always completely, in touch with. Which obviously, with people like yourself, spreading the sound, I'm sure that it's only a matter of time before, they
That's it.
get
In other words, I
injected
can't
in.
get too deep with them, but as long
Mhm.
as it has a lot of percussion,
Exactly. That's the funny thing. I will notice that here as well. It's like you can't really go so deep, and even the people who pretend to be open for the deep, like sometimes, like I'll play, a proper prescription record, Ron Trent, like the real hardcore, soulful, solos, 11 minutes track. I mean, literally, people lose. You lose them because they get confused, and it's like, yo, but that's what you want. So I'm just giving you a taste of it. So if you want to go deep, we can go deep, and you realize that it's
yeah,
taking time.
you don't understand the music. It's something.
Yeah,
If you play that in New York, all the house dances will get open
straight
because
up.
they know how to dance to it. They know how to experience. They know how to feel it in their body. The other people they've never been. They never grew up with that sound, so they don't really they don't know how to react or how to dance. So it's so I don't get too deep over here, but I do play a good number of vocals with percussion and stuff.
That's what's up here. We do the very same here as well. So, brother, we have a bunch of questions that came through. I mean, a few questions. We had to, just select through them and pick the best ones. And are you ready to answer a few? We actually got 3 from fans.
Awesome.
Number 1, Ellen is asking the following thing. He says, how do you begin producing a track? And do you have a sketch in mind, or you just start jamming right away?
I just start jamming. I think sometimes I think about it myself. What do I want to play? What do I want to play out and that makes people move? And how can I make that into music? How can I take that what I want to make people dance to and create it myself? So I try to get that vibe in me and I try to put it into the music that I create. So it's really what you want. I say what you want people to dance to is the way I go about producing the
Mhm.
style of music. What vibe do I want to create? What do I want them to dance? And I try to put it into computer, and it's in me. So that's what I do. I try to make it like that.
And
Something that I just go out and start tinkering with.
do you play any instruments?
No, the keyboard stuff. I know how to do. I play, chords. I
Yes,
could play
yes, yes,
chords
yes.
in there, but when it comes to like soloist stuff, and now I get the real people to play, trained pianists. Like on Merecumbe, I
Mhm.
got Martino, who's a really trained. He took that track from my track. He made it his own. That
That's
piano,
what I love.
like
Yeah.
I know it by heart. That's how incredible this guy is. So when it
Yeah.
comes to keys, I take it and give it to the people who know it, who know how to do it.
That's what's up. And it's humble of you as well, because a lot of people pretend, it's like, So and you can tell you like, but that's cool. And so you don't play any drums, any percussion?
Oh yeah, I've had a djembe. I've had a djembe in my life, but I could play a little bit of percussion stuff.
That's what's up. So you play some of them in your music, obviously.
Yeah, the percussion and stuff. When it comes in the keys, like strings and stuff, bass lines, that's all me. It's all keyboard. It's all cool. Just the solo keys, I leave that for the pros.
I feel you. It's funny because solos tend to be. I look at solos as a very personal thing, and in rare occasions I've had the chance to work with really great soloists because it is an art. Huh? It's interesting because not everyone is able to do solos. Like solos are going to talk to you, and I got so frustrated that I really ended up just like saying, you know what, screw this. I'm just going to try my best and learn how to do solos my own. But I do have to say that, yeah, it is an art form for sure of its own.
I definitely got to give credit to the people who helped me. I gave Jeremiah Santiago did the keys on New York Natives.
Oh, nice.
So he's produced records on Jelly Bean, Jovan's label. So he's good. He's a good keyboardist too. So I give them all. I put them all on the record.
Fantastic, brother. Second question, Chepo. What's the meaning behind the title of the EP, Mi Tribu?
Mi Tribu means in Spanish, it means my tribe. It's what it's the music that I make. I make it for my tribe, for people who feel the music that I love, the afro-Latin style. So that's what my Mi Tribu means. It's just my tribe in Spanish. That's.
Were you visualizing something specific besides just the concept of bringing people together through this EP? Was it targeted towards?
It was targeted, I guess. It was targeted, I guess, to the people to the New York sound, to the people who know how. We played to a lot of house dancers throughout my years, and I played to them. So the music is, I consider them my tribe. Whoever dances to my music and feels it, that's my tribe. That's what I was.
I want to ask you a question. That's me personally. Were you expecting the amazing reception of the song online? I mean, you've seen the Traxels charts. You got ranked up all the way to #2 on the Afro House charts, and you still are pretty much, I think, #3 to this day or something like that.
Still on the top 10. It's a tight top 10. We got all the big. We got Tribe. We got Yoruba up there right now.
Yeah,
it is tight up there to stay up on that top 10. And I'm happy that actually one of the last tracks that just got in a couple of days ago. So almost all the tracks got in except for one into the top 10. So I'm really happy. Yeah. And honestly, I was really scared because the output that Offering puts out is more South African and that type of sound.
Yeah, it could be associated to that, but that's the whole point. And I remember we had this conversation. I was like, "Yo, that's what I love about the CP, man. It's different. It's different than what we actually do, or we actually known for." So,
right. So I was a little nervous. So I mean, I always knew that the first track, the Martino track that he played keys, I always felt I wanted that one to be #1. And I always felt it in my heart that track will make some noise, because this guy took it from my track and he made it his own, and that's what a real person. That's what a real person knows how to make.
Yeah, for sure. And to be honest with you, me personally, I was telling him, I was like, yo, you know, because we actually release music, and we release the music because we love the music, but we don't necessarily expect it to become this or that. We just push, obviously, as much as we can. But the reaction, I was like, wow, because it's a very soulful track. And if you look at the top 10 of the Traxels top 10, it's just, you know, it's not as, when I say soulful, not in the pure sense of the form, but you understand it is very melodic. You know, there's no vocals, so I was very surprised.
I was, you know, but I always felt that I knew it was going to make some noise, but I was nervous because it was coming on a label that's known for other
Oh, yeah.
I was happy. I'm still happy that it's still making a little noise. I got a lot of good feedback on them. And we'll see. We're going to take it from there. Hopefully it stays up there for a little bit longer.
Well, brother, we're going to keep on pushing it. Obviously, there's definitely going to be more remixes being done to help, you know, keep people,
Yeah, I love how you guys do it because you guys are pushing the artist. You guys are taking your time, one record or maybe what, one release a month maybe.
Yeah, we do 2 releases a month now, but
So that's,
we don't make it feel like it's 2 releases a month actually.
yeah, it feels like it's one, and it's awesome because I see these labels, they're tossing two a week, 2 3 a week. You see them out there, and wow, these guys they're not really pushing the artist, they're just really pushing the label.
And I
And that,
think the problem is that it's beyond the label. It's also that it's not for the love of the music. I mean, it's for the hype of the music. In my personal opinion, it's like, yeah, it does a cool sound. Now let's just and you bombard people, and people just get lost in the actual amount of information they're getting. So I think we can do a much better job than what we already are doing. It's not so bad, but we're fine-tuning the chemistry, right? So
you guys are doing it right, man, because you're putting out, even though it's digital and you have the ability to put so many records out, as many as you want a month or whatever. I don't know how it works with distributors, but the way I see a lot of these labels are putting out two, 3 a week. That means putting out 6, 7 a month or whatever, and they're just tossing them out. So like, in other words, whatever sticks. If it goes up, fine. If it doesn't,
it seems to me that the guys, because they don't make the there's so little sales or so little money to be made, so they believe that the quantity will bring them the money, but all in all, it's not good for the artist, it's not good for their brand, but hey, that's how they work. So
they're basing on quantity, not quality. It's always about quality, and I know where they come from, because when I used to work on the label in the '90s, that's what it was. Strictly used to do the same thing. After all, Strictly Rhythm, they were just tossing them out there, biting. This was wax, a couple of months. Damn. Whatever stuck up there, whatever stuck, and now it's.
But in a way, I guess through the years, the good thing about music is that it never dies. So eventually, even though you may just toss them out there like that, but people will eventually put their hands on it. But it'll be too late. Eventually, you may not even own the catalog anymore. You probably have so. Yeah, it's interesting. It's just very interesting. I mean, I remember there was a big early 2000s here in Belgium. Deep house was no longer in taste. It was electro, and you could see lines of DJs just selling out their deep house vinyls. And I remember, for me, that was a treasure, because I came and just selected, and I realized that, wow, it's crazy the amount of pearls that have been done in from the 90s all the way to the 2000s, and that people just forgot about, because the trend was electro. So even now the trend is Afro, but it's like, what is Afro? You have all these like, oh, this is South African, oh, this is Angolan, or it's like, yo, it's great music. Yes, it's Afrocentric, but it's great music. Let's not limit it to any qualification whatsoever. So, and I think you've accomplished that with the EP, man. You've taught a great lesson as well for the new generation through that EP, and obviously not a lot of people know about your background, but you've run a few labels as well. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I started. I was actually this goes back to 1994. I got hired by Ted Patterson, actually.
Wow. Okay.
DJ. He was the head of A&R, and I got hired as an intern. And I was hungry to get into the music business. I got hired as an intern, and then eventually he left, and then me and this other guy named Eddie, we took over the label. And we just from there, and we had a lot of good artists on there. That from Ted High, we brought in Mutsu Swing, Wibalo, and we brought in KOT, Stonebridge. It was the best time of my life. The Winter Music Conference was actually a conference. We were going there.
It's no longer a conference anymore.
It's just a place to go to party and dance and have a good time on the beach. Now there's no actual music interaction when it comes to business. There's no business sense. And before, I used to go to pool and everybody was handing out promos, passing out business cards, and it was fun. It was just a great time, and I cherished that. And I did it from 1994 until 2005 when I just decided to move, because the music business, there was no more money in it. Vinyl was done. And I just needed to move away, and but I'm still in the music, but in a different aspect. But eventually, my goal is to start my label next year. So. Yeah,
you say that. That's fantastic, and I think it would be just a fantastic vessel to push the sound over there in South America and beyond.
Right, yeah, I want to get some like actual artists, singers, live musicians from here and anywhere, everywhere in the world. You know.
Brother, I have one last question. Sile is asking, how did you get in touch with Orphan Recordings, and how did this collaboration work out for you?
With Offering? How did I get in touch with Offering?
Yeah.
Oh, I did my research and I sent Tifa my demo tape. You know, it's funny. You would think a lot of these producers would know what to do when they make music. What's the next step? But I myself, I've gotten messages from people on Facebook. How did you get this on this label? How do I contact them?
Yeah.
I said, brother, all you got to do is
Search.
go to Track Source, find the labels that you love, and that's what I did. I found Offering, I found this song, and I send them a demo. You look for the contact info and you send it to them. Hey, my name is so and so. Send them a SoundCloud, and it's crazy that people just don't think about it, and it's so simple.
It is.
I've been asked more than once on Facebook, how do I get in contact with this company or this label? I'm like, just send them just go to the website, write a nice email, explain who you are, send them a demo, and you know, hopefully you get contacted back. And that's what I did. You know, I've always done that. I've learned that from as an A&R and music. So I just sent it to Sifa. I looked down Trassel and some of the stuff that I've bought in the past, and I sent it to Sifa, and he liked what I did. And then we took it from there, and it's been a great experience. Sifa is great. You're great. The label is great. All the response I've been getting is great. And that's the way it should be. You know, you're focusing a lot on the artists, like this Google Hangouts.
Yeah.
So that's the way it should be. Not just tossing them out and hope for the best.
I agree. And to be honest with you, we really honored to have you on board, and again, you know, for you to be so inclined to partake in all these promotional tools, because again, that's the only ways now we can eventually, you know, get the sound out there and even expose your background and what you're doing, and even the project that you got with us and beyond us. You know, that's super important. And I realize, unfortunately, that's a limitation of our music industry, the soulful / deep / Afro. We're not structured like those guys in the EDM. The reason why those guys in the EDM make so much music is because they've mastered the formula in turning this into a viable business. Whereas us, you know, it's all like, yeah, you know, it's not really professional, and so we're trying our best to change that a little bit, you know.
Right. I mean, the Afro whole deep thing is it's a small niche.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of money, but it's a small niche, and I feel like it's a good it's a good community of people who are, because on Facebook, it's like everybody who's doing this type of music they're all supporting each other. You know,
well, yeah, I think a lot of them do, but the reality, though, and that's my personal experience with you, though, is that I've realized that there's a lot of support until a certain point. When you reach that, when you get, for example, when Lil Gumma start, you know, whatever, you touring all over the place, there's a dysfunctional connection right there going on. Like the same people that were following you, and you know how it goes. Then you don't talk as much, then whatever. So it's very interesting, but yes, besides that, I think there is personally an overall great exchange within the producers. I just think it needs to be a bit more professional, so that when we sit down with people, we eventually have the type of bank that can help us move forward. We can have a solid conversation and speak, you know, their language, so that they understand where we come from. And that's the beauty of what we do, is that we do this thing from the heart. But you know, I think that if we want to survive doing this, we have to really, you know, change our complete formula of working.
Right, because you know, it is our passion in the music that we create. It's what we're expressing our inner selves, and trying to take that to the next step and try to. I mean, everybody doesn't want to do it for the. You know, it's weird. We want to do it for the money eventually to stay in it, but you know, like you said, we have to reach out to this global community and try to make it one and try to build on it. You know, there's a lot of DJs out there that just want to make money and they don't really care about the music itself.
Yeah. But isn't it a beautiful thing that now the internet is our audience? Like the world, the whole wide world is your audience now.
It's our community. The whole, like I said, so that's why I said in my little Facebook community, I feel like it's a little niche, little community that we have, and everybody likes and shares and supports each other.
Sir.
But I eventually, hopefully, someday, if I get to the global like you do, like you know.
Oh, you will, brother. There's no doubt, man. You just got to keep on doing the do. And I think that, I mean, you've been in the game, and the beautiful thing about what you do is that, as much as you've been in the game for all these years, you remain current, you're fresh. You know, yeah, man. So that is the recipe, and it's fantastic. And truly appreciate what you're doing with us, man. It's just a breath of fresh air for us as well. So thank you so much, brother.
Everything that you've done for me and the release and everything. It's been great experience working with you and the label and SIFA. Hopefully I'll get to do something else with you guys in a year. I know you guys have busy schedule.
No, man, we always open for the family, man. We know we look at this as a family, and obviously, yeah, as you said, SIFA is the man. SIFA is the man with the master plan. Doesn't talk much. That's why he's not doing the hangouts. He's like, I let that to you.
Probably SIFA and me are probably alike because I'm actually a quiet person.
I know.
But if we have to talk, we have to.
Exactly, brother. Well, because your time is precious, and because you're not someone who talks a lot, I think we've covered a large spectrum of topics within this Google Hangout. I won't hold you any longer. We respected the 30 minutes time we had given ourselves for this conversation. And brother, once again, thank you so much. And we're looking forward to doing, and we're wishing you nothing but the best onwards and doing more work together.
Thank you. And thanks for all the questions that you did from the listeners and everybody.
Definitely, brother. Definitely. And we'll speak soon.
All right, man.
Bless, brother. Ciao, ciao.